In this video, I'm going to tell you why I think the Zenithstar81 APO is an excellent choice for deep sky astrophotography with a DSLR or a cooled astronomy camera. I'll cover the features and specs of this telescope, as well as show you image examples captured using it. This is the William Optics Zenithstar81 APO review. The Zenithstar81 or Z81 is part of an established series of apochromatic doublet telescopes by William Optics, aimed at visual observers in astrophotography. They are ideal instruments for newcomers looking for a premium telescope. The main features of the Z81 is the 10:1 dual speed microfocuser for fine-tune adjustments and an apochromatic doublet lens using FPL53 glass. It is the closest thing you can get to pure fluorite. These premium quality optics offer the viewer with very sharp views free of chromatic aberrations. This scope also comes with an aluminum carry handle matched to the trim of the rings and focuser, and doubles as a dovetail saddle for mounting a guide scope or a star finder or something like that. For visual use, no accessories other than a 1 1/4 inch or a 2 inch diagonal and eyepiece are required, and these items are sold separately. So for basic imaging with cameras with smaller sensors, a focal reducer or field flattener may not be required, but for more serious imaging with a DSLR or a full frame sensor, you're going to want to use a flattener or a focal reducer to ensure that your stars stay sharp all the way to the edge of the frame. And the recommended one for this telescope is the William Optics Flat 6A3. And if you want to install it, you actually have to remove these or loosen these 3 grub screws up here. And once you get those loose, you're able to turn this adapter counterclockwise, and you just remove this whole thing here. Then you're able to install the reducer. But it's worth it to note that you will have to purchase this camera angle rotator separate, and you really want this thing. So I install it in here in front of the focal reducer here, and then you install the focal reducer. And the William Optics website says to get 5.2 millimeter distant back focus here, so you're able to use these numbers here, and you just turn the black part until you get to 5.2. Then you use the silver tension ring to tighten up, and it locks everything into place here. Also, you will need to use a 48 millimeter T adapter here. They're usually 42 millimeters, but I did have to buy a 48 millimeter, and you just screw that onto the reducer here, and using the angle rotator here, you find your little red mark and you line it up on the camera, and it just locks in there just like that. And if you're using an astronomy camera, you can just screw it onto the back like that. Nothing else needed. And it does come with its patented bot knob mask here, and this thing just makes it a real breeze to find focus and everything. The included dual-sided dovetail measures 210 millimeters and has a Vixen style on one side and Arca Swiss on the other. It also comes with 2 mounting screws on top here, so you can remove those and mount a star finder like I did here. And with an 81 millimeter f6.9 objective lens, the scope is a bit slower than its little brother, the Z73 at 5.9, but when paired with the flat 6A3, it brings it down to a fast f5.5 at 450 millimeters, making this scope a great wide field telescope. The tube length fully retracted is 460 millimeters and 560 millimeters fully extended, and the total weight comes to just under 8 pounds, making this scope somewhat grab and go. Like all William Optics telescopes, the Z81 incorporates rock-solid mechanics and a build quality that I've grown to love. I'm going to talk about a few things that I like and a few things that I don't like about this telescope, and things they could improve on, I think. And you can see right here that I've utilized the handle here for my guide scope, and I've actually right here mounted the ASI Pro on the top two mounting screws here, and on the other side we've mounted a star finder here. There's one thing about this telescope that I didn't like was the fact that you actually have to buy this mounting shoe here separately. So if you look here, I've actually these two screws, those come out here, and you can put a mounting shoe here for a star finder, which that's what I've done here. That's just to find wherever you're pointed at with your telescope. This should technically point at the same thing. So, and then here's the ASI Pro on the other side. There's actually two more mounting screws on this side of the telescope too, so you can remove those and mount one of these, which I use the ASI Pro on this side. I use the star finder on this side to kind of just keep everything balanced good, and I keep my guide scope here on the middle just to keep everything in good balance. I have mounted a Lost Mandy dovetail plate on the bottom here, and the reason I did that was because of these little scratch marks that my other telescope mount was putting into the dovetail here. You can see right here all these scratch marks here. That's from the screw of my other mount. So when I upgraded to the EQ6, I was able to finally upgrade to a Lost Mandy style dovetail. One thing I really like is the fact that with the recommended flattener, once you install that with the angle rotator here, you barely even have to move this knob out at all. So I really like that about this scope, was the fact that I was able to achieve focus with barely even turning this knob at all. I was actually kind of scared that I wasn't going to be able to reach focus, but that, in my opinion, makes this focuser just really rock solid. You don't have your focuser's not extended really far out with all the weight kind of pushing down on it, which can cause problems with your guiding and all that stuff. So, and another thing that I did not like was the fact that I had to purchase this camera angle rotator separately. I mean, with the Z61 telescope, there's one built in, so I didn't have to buy anything separate. But with this one, you really want to get this thing, so you really have to factor that into the cost, which this thing was, I think, right at $100 if you get the William Optics brand, which most people are going to want to get the William Optics to stick with, you know, to match everything up. So you really want that, so you're able to do this. If your framing is a little off for your target, you can just turn your camera like that and you're still in focus there, everything, and it's just a really good thing to have. And so from what I've seen, most William Optics scopes come with a little thermometer here to keep track of the temperature, and I really like that too. It just adds to the overall premium feel of the telescope. I think this telescope is for someone, you know, looking for something that's, you've kind of grown out of that really wide field telescope, the Z61 or something like that, and you just want to upgrade your telescope to something with a little more aperture, a little more reach. You know, I think it's a really good selection. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of in that sweet spot. You have the choice to shoot without the reducer on there and shoot at 560 millimeters, or without the reducer, with the reducer, you're at 450 millimeters. So you kind of have a little bit of options there to shoot different focal lengths, and I really like that about it. And it's just, I mean, it's just a good telescope all around. Would I recommend this? Yes, I would. It's going to target those few people that, you know, are kind of in that stage of wanting to kind of go to that next level and go a little beyond that really wide field of view. So I think it's a great choice. I've loved it. I've had it for about a year now, and I can't say enough good things about it. It's a really nice scope. I really wish they would have included the angle rotator and the mounting shoes on there, but other than that, I mean, it's been a great scope. The bot knob mask works great. it's just got a real solid feel and finish to it, and I love it, man. And yeah, hopefully somebody got something out of this video, and I'll show a few examples at the end of the video that I've captured with this telescope. And if you're new to the channel, I do videos all about astrophotography, and I'm going to start doing just regular photography videos too, and just kind of show my journey, what I learned, what I'm doing along the way. And yeah, if you haven't got a chance to subscribe to the channel, consider doing that. It really does help me out. And give me a comment. I don't know, what do you guys think about this compared to the Z61? I mean, would you guys feel like that's an upgrade, or would you want to go on to something like a triplet telescope, something like that? I don't know, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I actually upgraded from the Z61 to this thing, and I noticed a big difference in the overall brightness of my images and the image quality and everything like that. So yeah, until next time, guys, clear skies, and hope you enjoy these images.